Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, 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 and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the All In No Limits podcast. Let's get comfortable. You already know how we do. That girl likes to be real comfortable because we're going to be sitting here for a minute for this good conversation. You hear me? Thank you again so much for tuning back in to the All In No Limits podcast, where you're going to always find me, your girl, your best friend, your pusher, your sister, your niece, your auntie, your motivator, and your number one hype man. So whatever you need me to be, I'm going to be that, okay? So let's get into this. Our special co-host for the day, I'm so excited, you guys, because it's none other than my best friend. You already know. Karen Brown, a.k.a. Asanati.
Hey.
Best, introduce yourself.
My name is Karen Brown, also known as Asanati, the singer, songstress.
Speak up.
Yale. Yeah, it's your girl, Karen Brown, a.k.a. Asanati. Thank you for having me, Bess.
Bess, what do you do?
I'm a singer, songstress.
You a what?
A singer.
You a what?
I'm a singer.
You a what?
I'm a singer and a songwriter. I'm a mommy.
She's a mommy.
To 3 smart, handsome young men.
To the 3 godsons that I always talk to y'all about.
All her godsons. Yes. I'm also in school and I'm a lot of other things.
You're doing a lot of things. She's gonna get ready to start her own business. I'm a pusher. I'm a pusher, y'all. You gonna start your own business, Bess?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? There's a few things you wanna do. Talk about it.
Definitely music.
Definitely. We can't hear you.
Oh, definitely music.
Definitely.
Music is basically my life. Music saved my life too.
God saved her life, y'all. He helped her
Of course.
through music, though.
And he blessed me with that musical talent.
Okay.
That gift.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of things.
You said God saved your life. I mean, you said music saved your life. What did music do for you? Talk about that.
It gave me peace.
Louder.
It gave me peace through a lot of trials and triumphs and things throughout my life. It's healing. Music is definitely healing.
Is it music that you're singing that heals you? Is it like, my question is, because I know that you love music. Like, she loves every genre of music. She knows every genre of music. She could literally sing music in other languages because she just knows music that well. But my question is, you singing it, is that what helped you to heal? Is that what helped you push? Or you listening to it? Like, what helped you the most?
I would say me singing it.
And writing it?
And writing it as well. When I'm on stage performing in front of none to many, it helps soothes and heals myself.
I love that. Yeah. And let me tell you something. She has the type of voice that is so anointed that when you hear it, that's why I was asking her when she listened to it or when she sing it, because when she sings, it makes your heart smile. Like, it gives you this sense of just calm and peace and joy. Like, I love to hear my best friend sing. And one of my favorite things about what she does is, I don't care if she's singing to 2 people versus 1,000 people. She is consistent with her gift and she's loyal to that gift. So she doesn't alter how well she sings or how deep she'll go based on the crowd. She is who she is, and I love that. Like, sometimes she get lost in that thing, and I'll be like, yes, keep going. Like, and I am one of her number one believers. Like, I believe in my best friend, and not just because she's my best friend, like, but she's been singing since we were kids, y'all. And I remember we was at a sleepover. We was in the 8th grade or something. Yeah. We had to be in the 7th or 8th grade, and we was at one of our friends' sleepover. It was all the girls. I mean, all the girls were there.
Where my girls at?
From the front to back. They was there, right?
We was deep.
And my best friend sung Dangerously in Love. I'll never forget. I know everything that she does. Like, I'm telling you, like, I'm a fan. But she sung Dangerously in Love, and when I say there wasn't a dry eye, well, I wasn't crying, but everybody else was crying. You know,
her soul was crying.
I'm not a crier though, so give me that. But everybody was trying. I thought it was the most beautiful thing in the world because
That was-
first of all, we're all in 8th grade. What we know about love,
Right.
and
Being
not only
dangerously
what,
in love.
right? What we know about dangerously in
Baby,
love,
I love you.
Man, and she sung the hell out of this song. I mean, she sung the love out of this song. She sung the dangerous out of this song. Like, and mind you, she was just this 8th grade little girl, 13-year-old, just singing like she's been singing for like 50 years. Like, she's always had this gift with her voice. And then even now, you guys, when I hear her sing, I see the growth. I see the levels to it. I see, like, I'm like, I ain't never heard her do that. I never heard her do, and I love it. I love that for her. I'm always pushing her, motivating her, telling her, keep practicing, you know, find time to do this, find time to do that. Because I want the world to hear her. I really want the world to hear her voice because, I mean,
Soon and very soon.
soon and very soon. Like, I even tell her, like, she needs to start her own tutoring and training school where she train people to sing and you know, because people need voice training. And I think she will be an excellent vocal coach because, one, she's very nice. She's very inspiring. Like, she will speak life into you. And my best friend think everybody can sing. I don't know why.
Everybody can hold a note.
I don't like it. I be telling her she telling stories. But and that's why I feel like she would be great because she feels like, I believe she could take anybody that can't sing or trying to sing and make them so great. And I think that she could do that on every aspect of just encouraging somebody and teaching someone to do it. So I just think that that's such an awesome thing. And you've been doing it forever and ever and ever, right? Yeah. My best friend can really sing, y'all. And I'm not just saying it because she's my best friend, but she really can. Like, you got it, girl. You got it, girl. You got it. Okay, y'all. So now that you guys know who I'm sitting with, none other than the best, 24 years strong.
Best.
You hear me?
4.
2-4 strong and moving. We ain't never gonna stop. We already got plans that when we get old, we're gonna be sitting on our porch. We ain't gonna tell y'all what we're gonna be doing, but just know it's gonna be me and her. Listen to our good
Right.
music,
Doing what we
chilling.
Okay.
Oh, these but goodies, living our best life. We told our sons that, you know, because they're gonna be rich, all 3 of them, because they're just like absolutely amazing. But we told them that they have to buy us a house next door to each other because we need to sit on the porch and have, you know, our girl time every day. Best, what time you coming out?
That's a good question because you might not get up early in the morning after you
I'm
retire.
not getting up early.
Shit.
Shoot, I'm sleeping smooth until 8:30 a.m. I still can't sleep past 8:30. I'm gonna try.
Right.
Okay, so we got some good stuff to talk about today, right? We got some good stuff to talk about today, you guys. And I'm excited because it might some people might feel some kind of way about what we're about to talk about, but hey, we're gonna talk about it anyway because this is where we come to heal, this is where we come to grow, this is where we come to get to the root of things and heal from it. So I feel like every conversation that we have, we can really grow. Like, we can really heal. We can, like, that's how I feel when I'm sitting here talking about these different topics. I feel like if we learn to face these things, if we learn to add these things, if we learn to, I just feel like it is because I had to get to the root of the issue of my patience and why I didn't have it and why I needed to get it. Like, I had to figure it out because I wanted better for myself. And so when I talk to them, to the audience, I always tell them, like, you know, I believe that we should all become the best version of ourselves. And in order for us to become the best version of ourselves, we sometimes have to get to the root of the issue and the root of the problem and the root of the pain and the root of the trauma. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't get to the root of it, then you can't cut the thing off. Because if you only keep getting, you know, the head and the, where it blossom or where it's at, then it's going to keep growing. It's going to keep growing. It's going to keep growing. And wherever you water, that's where it grows. If you water the trauma, it's going to grow. If you keep on dwelling on it, it's going to grow. If you keep on talking about it, it's going to grow. Because we believe that whatever we speak into the atmosphere, it shall come to pass, whether good or bad. That's why we say, be careful what you say.
Speak of things as though they were.
Be careful what you say. Because if you don't be careful what you say can actually come to pass. And you don't want to manifest that type of stuff on your life. You know what I'm saying? We believe there's power in what we say. And so we try to speak life. We even try to teach our boys, like, don't say it like that. Try to say it like this to where it actually brings life to the situation. You know, like, that's kind of how we flow. But today, we're talking about something else. Best. We're talking about something else. This is called Big Talk with my best. Do you hear me? We going in. We about to dive into this conversation. So I'm gonna ask my best friend a question. I'm gonna give her my 2 cents after I hear what she got to say. But we about to go and listen. I want y'all to comment on the topic. Tell me what you think, because we have both experienced this situation very often, and we don't like it. I think we can agree with that, right? We don't like it. So let's talk about it. We're talking about married men trying to talk to you.
Or separated men.
Or separate. Are they even really separated?
I mean, they don't live with each other. Some of them
We don't
still
know
do,
that.
and some of them don't.
Some of them be lying. That's what I feel like. Some of them be straight up lying. They be capping. That's the new word. Y'all, I didn't know what capping was for a long, long time. But I figured it out about last year sometime. I was like, what is that? Because I was like, yeah, capping. They was like, that's not how you use it.
Oh, shoot.
That's not how you use it. Okay, my bad. But yeah, so we're talking about married men trying to talk to you. How do you feel about that?
It's crazy because,
You got to talk louder.
Oh, I feel that if you're married, you shouldn't be trying to pursue any other woman until you get your situation situated.
That's how you feel? That's it? That's your only opinion of it?
No.
I'm giving you the floor to talk. Because once I start talking, it's a go.
Well, so I've experienced a married man actually talking to me. He was in the middle of a divorce. I didn't even know he was married.
What do you mean in the middle of it?
So they were divorcing each other.
They were actually in the process, paperwork in. We waited for the final 6 months, done and over.
At least that's what he said in the beginning.
Is he still married?
No, he actually really got divorced.
Oh, okay.
And they were together.
Kudos to him.
Yeah.
Kudos to him.
Kudos to him.
I mean, not saying kudos to the fact that he got a divorce. Kudos
Right.
to the fact that he was actually being truthful about the fact that he was actually in the process of doing what he's supposed to do.
Well, that's only until I found out that he had been married.
But do you think it's okay that they even try to start dating or talking to people,
No, they
even in the
shouldn't.
process?
They shouldn't.
I disagree.
You don't think so?
So this
Well,
is
they's not fully with.
so this is my thing.
out of that situation.
So this is where I have the thing. This is my thing. Okay, so I don't like married men in my inboxes. I don't like them texting. I don't like them calling. I don't like them addressing me. I think that, like I said before, it's not a flex when somebody else's man or woman wants you. That's not a flex. That's not a flex. It's nothing exciting about somebody else's stuff wanting you. Like, I don't want it. Because what God has for me is for me. I don't want yours. I don't want it. I don't want it. So when I say I don't, like, I've had to cut a lot of people off because one guy, let me tell y'all about this sidebar real quick, and then I'm going to tell you why I disagree with what you said. This guy, Bess, you was there. Remember we was having, I don't know which one of my nephew's party was at the house, but we was having a party, I think it was maybe Khalif's party at the house, and it was a guy, he came to fix something in the house. He was, I don't know what, he was a technician for something, y'all. I don't even know, I think it was a cable.
I think
Something.
so.
But he came and he ended up staying, remember?
Mhm.
And he was trying to talk to me. Handsome, nice black man. Yeah, nice. He stayed, talked, mingled, had a few drinks, ate. He was chilling with the family. I'm assuming that I was the last call because he did not leave. Right? So, and then he like want to exchange information, y'all. And I go and find him on social media. I sure did. And Lord behold, he had a whole wife and children at home. And I said to him kindly, I said, no, thank you. Please do not call me. Please do not text me. Please do not be in my inbox. You are a whole married man. Why would you even entertain me or try to entertain me? You don't remember that?
I do remember that. But did he have on a wedding ring?
He didn't.
So you at work. You
These
don't have your wedding
dudes
ring
do not be
on,
wearing their wedding ring.
And then you talking to another woman like
If you
flirting
don't
with
stop.
her.
Because one thing, and I know it, but the one thing I always look at before I even look at what you look like, I look at that hand because I be like, oh, is you married? Because if you married, it's a no. It's an absolute not. No, thank you. All you can do is hi and goodbye. That's it for me. But the man was a whole married man with like had a family, and they looked happy. I was like,
But
no.
you out here trying to get a side
Like,
piece.
I'm not her. You want to, let's just meet up. No, we're not meeting up for nothing. I don't want to
Ninjas
drink.
ain't
I don't want to.
sh- And
They
I'm not
be-
just talking about the black ones. I'm talking about all
All
colors.
of them, because they a piece
Okay.
of crap sometimes. Not all of you guys, because I love my beautiful
And it goes
men.
for men and women. you
Men
know.
and women.
We not just gonna let
Women be doing
men be
this
the ones.
too.
Women do it too, y'all.
They do it. They do it like they
It's
do it.
crazy.
They do it like they do it. But we
Crazy.
can't relate to the women in our inboxes. We can only relate to the men in our inboxes. And we don't like it. Now, where I disagree with you best at is where you talk about how you feel like they should wait till the whole entire process is over. The reason why I don't
You're
agree
still
with that.
entertaining the person.
No. Because the reason why I do say that is because I've seen people in the process of a divorce. Once you made up your mind, the
That you don't
paperwork
wanna
is
be with that
in,
person.
and we're waiting
Right.
for the separation to be done, they're no longer together. They're no longer living together. They're no longer interacting with each other. They're no longer even communicating with each other. The process is going. Now, it's a difference between you talking about the process is going and you still living in the house with your significant other. That's a no. We're not gonna do that. Had a friend that did that. I said, girl. She was like, Sharonda, do I think what? Don't ask me, cause I'ma tell you. Do I think what? He said that they don't do nothing. If you was living in the house with your husband, even
Right.
though y'all
Even
going
though y'all
through a
going
divorce,
through a
you
divorce.
tell me what y'all doing. Late night when it get a little hot and it get a little heated and stuff start to be throbbing. You tell me what y'all doing, and I tell you what y'all be doing.
Right.
So why you gonna ask a question
All
like
of that divorce go out the window.
That's what I'm saying. So if y'all still cohabitating, no, it's a no. You still live with, it's a no. But I'll even go so far as to say, so when I say they're in the separation phase, they're no longer together, they're no longer living together, the process have already been done, paperwork is in, we're just waiting for, because sometimes it takes some time for them to officially say, okay, the divorce is final. So in that case, yeah. But it's so complicated, I don't even want to know. Like, it's so
It could depend on
complicated,
the
I don't even want to
situation,
be in
too.
that, you know? Because things could be real complicated like that sometimes. And, however, I don't even like when guys have girlfriends and try to talk to me.
Oh yeah, that's
I don't like that either. Like, I don't want you.
Like y'all spoken for, but y'all trying to.
And I also don't
Oh,
like when I
somebody
am
else.
dating for guys to be like, oh, but can I be your friend? I don't want you as my friend. Like, what are we going to do as friends? Why do I need another friend? How are you going to contribute to my friendship? Like, make it make sense, because I don't understand what you want out of this. I don't know what you want. I think it's kind of like, it's too much for me. What you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I mean, you just really explained it very thoroughly and well.
You don't have no thoughts?
About what exactly again?
Just about guys in general, that even when they with someone else that they trying to talk to you, or are you okay with dating someone that's dating somebody else?
Yeah, I'm not okay with it.
Well, do you
sharing.
think that you're in a stage where you could date multiple people at one time? Do you think you should feel like you should date until the one person step up to the plate and be like, okay, let's make this official? Or how do you feel about that?
I've never dated multiple people at the same time.
Me neither, but I definitely want to try it.
I don't think I could do that. Like you getting to know this one person and their likes and their dislikes.
But then,
and
what
then
if you
you gonna switch it up?
I
with
used
old
to
chap
feel that
over
way.
here, and you gotta learn his likes and dislikes. What if you get it misconstrued or screwed up, and you
Nah,
you
that's
say,
not-
"Hey, babe, remember you
that's
said
not-
you like this?"
No.
but it's the other nigga.
Let me tell you, I feel like when you're honest with yourself and you're honest with your person that you're dating or dealing with, I feel like it doesn't make it messy, because I have a whole lot of friends and I have a whole lot of sisters, and I don't get y'all stuff mixed up. I don't
Okay,
get what
so-
y'all like, what y'all love, and all. The thing is this: what I'm figuring out in this crazy world is, because we spent our time focused on dating one person, right? And then that one person turned out to be an absolute
Trash.
no. So then we got to start all the way over. But and when I say dating, I don't mean having sex with these people.
No.
I mean literally strictly dating.
talking,
Getting to know these people. How, going out on dates, hanging out, enjoying each other's time and space. Really getting to know each other. Like I tell her, I always say, I feel like sex complicates things. I feel like sex makes you see things that's not there. Sex will make you feel things that's not there.
Right.
Sex will make you blinded by what is there. Sex will make you not see the flags that are on fire telling you stop, do not enter, this is a dead end. Like, you would not see the signs, like, because your brain is discombobulated by the way that sex makes you feel. Because sex will have you in love with a guy that don't even like you. That's how I see it. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. You have to be careful with having sex too soon, because then you will miss out on actually figuring out who this person is and if this person is really good for you, because you might not be good for me. Once you cross
that line and you build that attachment, because it's kind of hard to go back to what it was before you crossed it.
They call it soul ties.
Yeah, and that's true.
It's big because, and I'm gonna be honest, because some guys are really good at what they do. Some girls are really good at what they do. And because we are good at what we do, it will like mesmerize people. And it will make them believe that it's something that it's not. Sex is, I feel like it just complicates things. But although sex is such a gift, but God gives that gift to those who are married, right?
And who ready.
Ready, because you got to be ready for that emotional roller coaster. Yeah, for facts. Because if I just jump into this sex thing and I'm having a good time, and I feel like people will start to become territorial. You know, they feel like, okay, you belong to me because we've had sex.
Yeah.
You ain't called me.
That's what a person.
You ain't text me.
Right.
You ain't said hi, and he said, but you knew what it was before we started. She said, you knew what it was before we started. You knew I had a woman. You knew I had a man. What you thought? You thought I was gonna leave because the sex was good to you? I get good sex all the time.
Right.
You know, that's why I feel like it complicates things. I feel like, and oftentimes I feel like people walk into situations knowing what it is as if they supposed to still come out on top. So you walked into the situation knowing that he was in a situation, entanglement, or marriage, or whatever he calls himself, or she was in this, and then all of a sudden you in it, and now you want her or him to stop doing what they've been doing to come cater to you. But you knew what the situation was when you walked into it. So my question is, why do women and men walk into situations where they know what it is and then expect a different outcome? You want to be number one?
Because they're insane. It's called insanity.
That is a fact. That is the actual definition of insanity. To keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And it ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change.
Once a person show you the first time who they really are, you should believe them.
And why don't we believe them the first time?
Because we be stuck on stupid.
That's what I was talking about when I tell y'all we don't spin the block.
You be feeling good. It's for that moment.
That
you get
moment.
That attention.
Come on.
You've been wanting to get touched, you know, and you finally get touched. And you like, ooh, I want to feel that all the time.
Yes.
But sometimes that good stuff is not so good for you.
Why is it not good for us?
Because you end up really hurting yourself, you know, because it's not real.
But it's real to that person.
And it's real in that moment. It's definitely real in the moment, but you know, you can really hurt yourself being in situationships like that.
You can't. I feel like sometimes we make things more complicated than they have to be, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like we have expectations of people in situations that we knew wasn't no good, and yet we still tried to dive in it like we was the boss in that thing.
Maybe we could change this person or something.
How many of us said that? Bess, have you tried to change people before?
Not necessarily
I think
try
you
to
have.
change a person, but show them something different.
But they don't know how to respond to that.
I was just about to say maybe their response might change, or you know, but no.
Did it ever work?
No, they wasn't in their right mind.
I've realized that even when you try to show someone something different, when you try to show them a different type of love, and a different type of appreciation, and a different type of world that they've not used to, I feel like if they've never experienced it before, if they don't understand it,
it'd be hard for them to
end up breaking it. They end up destroying it. They end up messing over it because it's
They're
like,
not
dang,
used to that.
I'm
They
giving
don't
you
know
a
what it
chance.
is.
You're telling me you love me. You're telling me you want to be here. But then your actions show something different. And I don't know how to maneuver in this situation. Because a lot of people, men and women, a lot of them want you to operate in the chaos of their world. And it's like you all have so much chaotic stuff going on. And you want me to function in that?
Right.
You want me to step into your world when I'm trying to pull you into this light. I'm trying to pull you into this calm. I'm trying to pull you into this peace. But you're so stuck because this is what you grew up in. This is your environment.
Mm-hmm.
This is your mentality. How do you change someone's mentality? How do you reprogram them to show them like that's not what love is, but this is. That's not what loyalty is, this is.
Well, for the most part, they got to be willing and open and ready for that.
Do you think?
Especially when they have not been used to it.
A lot of people say they are.
Yeah, that's just with words. But the action got to match that. And
Say
a lot
it
of times,
again.
the action has to match the words, and a lot of times, people's actions don't match it.
That's a fact. That's annoying too. Because I'm one of the people, like I say, I'm from the show me state. You can say this, but I'm going to watch what you do too. And if what you do and what you say don't align, there's a lie somewhere in there. And I'm going to just step back and let you just do what you do. Because what you're not about to do is play in my face. What you're not about to do is play in my face. And this is where I talk about Don't Spin the Block. So if y'all already watched Don't Spin the Block, I mean it. Bess, have you ever spin the block?
Yes.
I already told you about the time I spit the block.
And I got pregnant the second time.
Ah! Help! Send help!
Don't spin the block. Don't spin the block.
Because the block is still hot.
The block is hot.
The block is hot. It's real hot. Like, where have spinning the block gotten us? Nowhere. Nowhere. It's gotten us nowhere.
Don't spin the block.
Don't. For what?
Like I said,
You've already had your
once
experience.
they show you the first time,
Believe them.
Believe them.
The saying is, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, can't put the blame on you. Who say that? Who rapped that? I can't remember right now. Anyway, y'all know who it is.
It wasn't Hova, was it?
Mm-mm. Was it Drake?
Yeah.
Was it Drake? Okay, Drake. But yeah, it's like at some point you got to take the fault for that. At some point you got to take the blame for that. Which brings us back to when people in relationships or people that are married try to talk to us, what stops us from saying no thank you? Like, what do you get out of it? Is it because, and I know me and my best friend was talking the other day, and we were talking about how some women just like to be taken care of, right? Some men just like to be taken care of, right?
Just like the attention.
Right. So, but is the attention is limited. If this person is a full-blown married person or a full-blown relationship person with somebody committed, living together, how much time can you get from them? How much attention can you get from them?
You can only get as much
how
time
much
that they're
sex can you
available
get
to
from them?
Only as much as that is available when it's available.
And if they got the money to take care of home and you,
and
then you that's what you getting. But is it enough?
Is it worth it?
That's a good question.
It
goes back to, do we value ourselves?
Sneaking around and hiding, and is it really worth it?
Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Let me work it. Put my thing down for whatever person.
Is it worth it?
It's really not. It's not worth all the time you put in to do what you was doing and then turn around and still have nothing.
Say it again.
It's not worth it to do all of those things and then at the end of the day still have nothing out of it.
Still have nothing.
Nothing.
Now, the nothing comes from what are you expecting to get out of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's where the communication come in the beginning with the person, like what is we doing?
But my question is, if they've already in a serious committed relationship, what is it that you want out of that? They've already committed to someone else. They're really not available.
They're really not.
How do you want someone that's not available unless what they're not available with is, like, I don't know. Because I don't really know how to deal with a person that's not available. Like, I think I would get bored and I would get irritated with it. Like, the inconsistency. Because there's no way they can be consistent. How? Without slipping up.
Right, because they're with you and then they're with another person, and who's to say they're not with somebody else?
I have a question. It's kind of to the left, but we're gonna talk about it. And this is not against anybody who believe in this and want to do this. You can do whatever you want to do, because we ain't talking about nobody. We just talking about what we talking about. Period. Right?
We ain't talking about nobody.
Do you think that a lot of relationships, because poly is a new thing, right?
The polyamorous community.
It's a new thing.
You have multiple
partners. I mean, it's not a new thing. Let me say this. It's not new.
It's been going on for centuries.
It's not new, but it has become very popular.
Again,
husband, if you are listening, Sharon will not be in agreement with that. And if you bring it to me after we get married, I got something for you.
A divorce.
So get it together right now, because it's a no. Get it out your system before you find me, because it's a no.
Inviting another person.
So my question to that is, because so many people, do you think people feel like, well, let's create this poly relationship, because if not, you're gonna cheat. You're gonna do what you want to do. So rather than me not knowing, let me just show you that let's have this open relationship and let's do. Because people don't want to be single. People don't know how to be single. People want companionship. But sometimes people want companionship with multiple people because they feel like I love you for this reason and I love you for that reason. And they don't want to take time out to just wait for their person who have all of these things. Because a lot of people are so selfish, I think. And I could be wrong, but this is just my opinion, and I'm going to say it. I feel like people can oftentimes be selfish because you want too much. Like I feel like whatever you want, go get what you want. But I feel like when it comes to people, like, don't be so selfish. Don't be so inconsiderate. Don't be so, like, you want all of the cakes and eat it too. And so I love this saying. It said, oh, you want your cake and eat it too. I feel like that's an oxymoron because if I have cake, yes, I'm going to eat it. Unless it's cake that I don't like.
Right.
Like, I won't eat a German chocolate cake, no, because I don't like it. I don't really care for the red velvet. Like, there's cakes I don't like, so no, I won't eat it. But if I got a butter cake right here, I'm going to eat it. You're supposed to eat it. But my thing is, why you want all the cakes? Like, stick to your cake.
Right.
And I'm going to stick to my cake. But why you want all the cakes? Like, you want her cake, his cake. Like, come on now. Like, how selfish can you be? Now, granted, some of y'all making it work. More power to you. Like, I'm proud, but it's just not for me. I feel like it's not. And I feel like a lot of our generation now is resulting to that because...
is one person not enough? Obviously not in the polyamorous.
People like to have sex with multiple people. Yeah. And my question is it relationships or is it just sex?
It's both.
Some. Do you think? I don't know. I think
you can't have one without the other.
Well,
in a polyamorous relationship,
I don't know. I can't speak on it because I don't know too much about it, y'all. Y'all know I usually do my research, but that question just literally popped in my head while we was talking. And I felt like maybe because we're in a society where people just cheat so much, are they resulting? Is that why the high population of poly is increasing because of that? Or is it people are getting beside themselves and really feeling themselves and smelling themselves, and they feel like, well, I want this, that, and that, and either you gonna give it to me or you ain't gonna be a part of it at all. And there's so many women and there's so many men that are willing to be okay with it. And I don't want to say settling because might not be settling for some people. That just might be what they desire and what they want, and more power to you. But I feel like that's not something that I want. Would you be willing to do that?
I don't know. That's a no-go for me.
What if you in your 60s?
The hell I look like sleeping with multiple people in my 60s?
No, not you sleeping with multiple people. Your man.
Think,
your man, like, share him.
No. I'm stingy with mine.
Me too.
And I just want one, and that was just enough. He don't need nothing else either because I'm more than enough for him.
Are you?
Yes.
You more than enough for him?
Yes.
Well, what if he wants something that you ain't got?
I'm gonna get it.
That's right. I'm gonna get it.
I'ma
Go get it. That's the best answer I could have heard. Oh my God, that's the best because it's like because that's how I am. I'm like, I'm gonna ask my man what you want.
Whatever you like.
But my thing is, what if he say that he wants another woman? I'm gonna go change my hair
I'm
real
gonna go
quick.
switch my wig, put on some eye contacts.
You want some blonde hair? You
Yeah, I'm
want
doing
blue
it
eyes?
all. I
What
can
you
come back
want?
as Keisha, whatever,
What you
whoever,
want?
whenever.
What you
Okay.
want? Tell me what you want from her, cause I got you. What you want? The thing is, I'm hoping and I'm praying, but I know God got me. You got me. Like I told y'all before, he's molding and shaping my husband. So me and my husband are gonna be on one accord. I know that because it's gonna be God sent. Because I'm patient. That's why your girl's single right now. This ring right here, this is my best friend. She lost hers, y'all.
I got stolen, but
She lost it. But these are our best friend rings.
and look, I got my best friend ring on too.
That's the other one I got you, cuz.
Exactly, but it's still a best friend ring. Okay.
I'm telling you. Anywho, so what I'm saying, I said all of that to say this. I don't feel like, I hope my husband don't decide later on down the line, oh, I want something completely outside of what I can give him. Because I don't want it to come to a point where we're blissfully happy, went through our ups and downs, made it over the obstacles, made it over the storm, made it through the storm, and we still love each other with greatness and goodness, and we still honor and respect each other. And I don't want to get to the point where he'd be like, okay, well, I want this, and if you don't give me this, then I'm gonna leave. Because then what did we do all this for? What did we walk down that aisle for? What did we make these vows to each other
don't wait
for?
till like we in our 50s and 60s and want to switch it up though, you know.
But people do.
You should have said that.
People
20,
will wait
30,
till they
40
get
years
married
ago.
and then decide, oh, well, I want this. That's why I tell
You
people,
gotta know who you with.
that's why you can't be like, oh, we got to be compatible. No,
No.
because that changes.
Mhm.
Who I am changes. Who you are changes. And as
Let's just
we change,
be
what if what you
ourselves
change
and
into,
that's
I'm not
right.
compatible to that. No, I need to want you regardless to who you decide to change to, and we need to be growing together. I need to see you, you need to see me. I need to hear you, you need to hear me. I need to feel you, you need to feel me. Like, and as you grow, I want to acknowledge that you're growing, and I want to be right there with you so that we could grow together. We might not be growing exactly at the same pace or even exactly in the same things, but I'm going to support what you're doing, and you're going to support what I'm doing. I think that is a level of just, I don't want to say balance, because when I talk about balance, I'm not talking about everything has to be like just equal across the board, because that's
Right.
impossible. Anything you give time to, something is going to have to kind of fall at the wayside. Not fall, but have less of you. If I'm at work this amount of hours, that's less time I have for my business. If I'm doing this, that's less time that I have to spend with my kids. If I'm doing that, like, it's nothing is getting 100% of your time and space. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? So I don't know. Like, I don't know how that goes. So I don't know. I just feel like that the poly thing became a very big population because people are rather share than have nothing.
Well, now you know the LGBTQ is kind of skyrocketing, so I think that's
We're not going to talk about that.
Well, I'm just saying.
We're not talking about that.
They more polys than anything.
Are they? I didn't know
They
that.
all getting together. They getting together. They are.
Having orgies.
That's what people do.
Everybody do that.
Not everybody, because I don't.
I've never did an orgy before, and I don't ever plan to. It's not my style.
It's not.
I was at a party and and I saw some things. I was like, oh, this is that. It's time for me to go.
Right.
I sat in a car for hours until my man came and picked me up, and he was mad.
Alicia was sitting in the car, not in the
But
party.
he came and got me.
Right.
He's like, I'm on the way. Mad. I'm like, okay. He was so nice once he got me, though. Y'all don't trip. But I just felt like that might be a contributing factor. Because, I don't know. Like, what is it that make people say, yes, let's do this, when someone that's in a committed relationship decides to step to you? You know, like, even a lot of, like, with a lot of famous people and people that are I don't know, I guess you could call them famous, whatever, in the industry, the women come out, and it's nothing against you women that decide to do this, and, you know, you get pregnant and all that other stuff. But what is this person saying to you that make you say, yeah, let's do this? And then I guess once they stop, then you want to put the evidence out there that you did this, you did that. Like, what are you getting out of hurting another individual?
Because they hurt.
That's,
Hurt people
okay.
hurt people.
That is a fact. That's deep. Hurt people do hurt people. People that don't face the issue, people that don't get to the root of the issue, and not just get to there, but uproot that thing so that you can heal, so you can plant other good seeds. I'm going to get to the traumatic part of that thing, and I'm going to cut it out at the root, and I'm going to get rid of it so that I can heal and I can plant better seeds. I can plant seeds of growth, seeds of joy, seeds of peace, you know, seeds of stability, like other seeds that won't cause me to hurt other people, that won't cause me to tear other people down, because oftentimes we project on other people what we feel, right? Yeah. So my thing is this: if hurt people, you know, are we doomed?
No, I think people just need to communicate better, I guess.
So what are they communicating if someone's sliding your DM, you know this person is married?
You can just say out of respect, you know. Thank you for the nice gesture or whatever, but I'm okay.
But people trying to get a bag.
So
people trying to come
so now
up.
They hoeing around and sleeping with these people.
Any kind of way they can get it, they getting it. That's what I see. That's literally what I see in this society. People trying to get it where they can get it. They don't care about respecting marriages. They don't care about respecting people's vows and oaths. They do not care. People don't care. But you know why they don't care? Because the people that's in the marriages don't care.
Right.
Because it takes two. If my husband is reaching out to you, first of all, he's done wrong. And then you knowing that he's married and responding back and engaging, you just as wrong.
That's true.
I mean, we've all been wrong before, right? We've all sat in the seat of being wrong before. But at what point do you change it? At what point do you stop it? Like, when do you decide, okay?
Yeah, because you don't want to wait too late when you get the fan.
When are you going to stop believing that he about to get the divorce or she's about to leave?
I mean, did he ever share that he was getting a divorce? You know?
A lot of times that's what they say.
That they getting a divorce?
That's a good one. You know, that be on all the movies.
Some of them don't.
He said he don't leave her. He said.
He said, or did he do? He did, or he said?
Facts. People go so far as showing you divorce papers that's not even filled out.
Or how about videos and shit they took of you at their house while they doing their thing with you and you over here snapping stuff? Just
Wait,
to
what?
Have proof to show people.
Start over.
You know?
What?
I said, like, say for instance, you with someone that's married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people like take pictures and stuff just to have
But
that
who
evidence.
is? Oh, like the side person.
The side person will take
Okay.
it, you know, just in case they get
The
upset.
other person.
Yeah, upset or something.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about. When the evidence come out?
Yeah.
Oh, now you mad because he ain't doing what he was doing or she ain't doing what she was doing. Now you want to put the evidence out there. Oh, we were sleeping together. We already knew that. We didn't need your evidence.
Right.
But my question is, why are you putting it out there now? Oh, because your feelings is hurt.
Upset.
So now that you hurt, you want to hurt him. But not only are you hurting him, but you're hurting his family.
His family and yourself even more. You're digging yourself in the ditch.
Because you ain't going to get him back down. You really ain't getting him back.
Now you airing all this stuff out.
But you got him in a bag because you got pregnant. My question is, why when y'all cheat, y'all don't use protection? Why? Let's talk about this. If you gonna cheat on me, I'm not telling you to cheat on me because I don't want to be cheated on, but I've been cheated on a lot of times. I had guys have babies on me. I'm such a good person. Why do they be cheating on me? I'm such a good person. But anyway, we were young, so life goes on. But I was cheated on, right? But my question is this. Why do you cheat and not protect yourself? Why do you cheat and you bring all of that nasty, disgusting, dirty, just germs Why would you bring that back home? Why would you bring that soul ties in our bed? Why would you allow that to be the reason that you attack me? Why would that be the reason why you want to destroy what we have just because you wanted to go out and have some fun and do some crazy? You better find another hobby. Your hobby should not still be cheating. Like, that's all you want to do? What are you getting out of that?
Some of them, you know, when they be cheating on their significant other, some of them are doing it because of the thrill of it. Maybe they
It's a thrill to cheat?
Some of them have thrills.
Do you think that some people are stuck in their marriage?
Yeah, some people can't be stuck in their marriage, especially if you married a person that barely know who you married.
Is that their fault, though?
It's both of their fault because they should have got to know each other.
I'm not an expert on relationships, y'all. I'm not an expert on marriage. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm not marrying nobody that I do not enjoy being around, that I do not have fun with, that I do not get to laugh with, cry with. I want to see you in every aspect. I want to see you angry. I want to see you absolutely ticked off. Like, yo, I want to see you happy. I want to see you when you're sad. I want to see every aspect of who you are because I need to know if I can handle it.
Right.
I need to know if I can deal with it. I need to know if I can cover it. Because some people, I'd probably be like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have to handle that.
No.
I don't want to have to deal with that. Like, for instance, and I'm being 100% honest, and I pray about this, you guys, because God says, write the vision, make it plain, be very specific as to what you ask for. So when it comes to my husband, I'm very clear. I don't want my husband to have an addiction. I don't want him to be addicted to drugs or alcohol. I don't want him to have that issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to be addicted to porn. I don't want him to be addicted to anything that is not healthy for him, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He could just be addicted to me.
Ooh, I want him to.
Because I'm going to be addicted.
Yes! Yes! But, I mean, you have to be very specific because, you know, sometimes you'll marry, you know, you'll commit. It's the commitment to me. You know, it's like, I want to commit to you.
Some of them end out worse than what they did when they came in.
That's
more
why I
broken,
think,
more lost.
But that's why I think people need to work on their mental health. And I feel like sometimes people get in relationships to cover up.
Get that childhood trauma taken care of before you marry and get in a deep relationship with a person.
It's necessary.
Because you get triggered. And if the person don't really know you and don't know your childhood, don't know your past, they don't know nothing about you, and they do something and it triggers you.
And then you go crazy and you trying to look.
And they like, oh, dang, like, this who I'm sleeping with or this who I'm dealing with. And
I don't think that's a deal breaker. I think, like, if I see something in my husband that I didn't see prior to, I'm going to
ask.
Yeah,
Okay,
when it comes, and I'm going
on?
to ask him what's going on with this. What made you? How could I help? Because I'm a help. If I ain't nothing else in my relationship, I'm a helpmate.
Mm-hmm.
Every guy that I've ever been with, and you could ask them, I'm a help. I'm an asset. I add to you.
Addition.
I'm going to add to you like nobody's business. And we ain't just adding like adding. We are multiplying, baby. Because that's what we are. You know, that's who we are. And so I would ask, you know, because I feel like you can't know everything about someone before you marry them. You can't know absolutely everything, right? But
it's good to know the important things.
It's good to know the important things. And I feel like eventually as we grow, like, things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because things will happen and you will do things and they might not know why. And it's like, because y'all never talked about it. You're not going to be able to talk about everything before marriage or even while you marry. It's going to be situational things. Things will happen and you be like, uh-oh. And then you will learn what someone feel about that. So I had one on I was dating a guy. If you're seeing this, hi.
Hello.
But we had went out for my mom's birthday, and I'm not a person that likes to be on a bill with a large group of people. People knows that. When it's a large party, I'm going to go to that bar. I'm going to order my drinks, order my food, and I'm going to be about my business and move along. You feel me? You feel me? So, because I don't like that, because people don't always cover their bill. They don't cover their part. They don't cover their gratuity. Don't cover their taxes. I don't know what they be calculating, but they don't be calculating right. So we were having a dinner, and there was a lot of people from my mama dinner. And I'm like, okay, you guys, I'll be right back. And he like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to go to the bar and get my drink and order my food. And he like, what? I'm like, you want me to order you something? He gets upset with me, like real upset with me. Real upset to where we supposed to hang out after my mom's dinner. He didn't want to. He was like, I'm going to just go home. And okay. So then, instead of him coming to me, he went to someone else, whatever the case may be. I found out. So I addressed it, because when I find out something, I address the person. I ain't going to go to him, her, she, them, whoever. I'm going to address you. And I said, oh, you had a problem with that? He was like, yeah. And I was like, well, let me explain to you why I did that. Because he could have asked me. He could have said, what's wrong? Why are you doing that? Because he felt like I was being rude and I was just doing too much. And it wasn't a big deal. Nobody even noticed I was gone. Like, he was chilling. Everybody else was chilling. I was doing my own thing that I normally do. I just went to one of my cousins' thing, and I went to the bar before everybody got there, and I did my own thing, and then I went to the group, because I don't like to be in group thing bills. It don't make sense to me. So he had an attitude. Instead of him talking to me, he didn't. And so I had to tell him, like, look, I don't like group functions. This is why. And I explained to him. He was like, well, why you didn't tell me that? Well, I didn't know you was that upset about it. I didn't know you was going to take it from 0 to 100 over something so small. Mm-hmm. And you could have just asked me, like, hey, babe, what's going on? Why you? And let me tell y'all how I know what I'm talking about. Even though I went to the bar and paid for my stuff, I still have to put an extra 100, almost $200 on a bill, because people didn't cover their stuff. Mind you, I wasn't on that deal at all. But because I know how people operate, if you don't go to a place that allow you to pay stuff individually, it becomes a hassle sometimes with big groups. It really, really do, right? So he didn't know that about me, even though we had been dating for like a year, but he didn't know that about me. And so I had to explain it to him. And he was like, oh, I didn't know that. Well, he was like, why you never told me that? Because we never went out in large groups. It always either be us or us and another couple. It's never been like a multitude of people all out at a dinner, so it never came up. So understand that sometimes things will come up as you live with people, as you grow. But if you learn to communicate, I feel like that's key, right? Definitely. Is I think even a lot of marriages will get better if they learn to communicate. A lot of people like to yell at each other and throw anger at each other and feel, because people are responding out of what they feel. They feel like you did that, you did this because of this. No, that's not why I did that. That's not why I said that. But if you ask me, I could tell you. But sometimes people don't know how to navigate those conversations, because a lot of people never have difficult conversations. People don't like to have conversations that make you uncomfortable. People don't like to have conversations that they've never had before. Like, I've never had that conversation with somebody. Like, I've never talked about that with somebody. So to talk about that with you is kind of different. It's kind of weird. It kind of feels funny. I don't want to do it. But my thing is this: when you don't do it, you cause yourself to go out. Me and Trey was talking about this the other day, of how if I'm a person that loves intimacy, but my partner refused to give me intimacy, eventually I'm going to reach out for intimacy. If I love quality time, or I love words of affirmation, and my partner is not willing to even meet me halfway, eventually I'm going to go find it. I'm going to go search it. And I want to search it in my husband or my wife, but sometimes that's hard because they're difficult. And now what they're doing is making me not like them. Although my wife or my husband is a good person, but now I'm searching for something else. Don't come searching for what you're searching for from me, because I'm not giving it to you. If you are married, go search it for in your spouse. Ask them, let's sit down, look at, this is what I need, this is what I'm lacking. If you sit down with your spouse and you tell them what you need and what you lacking, and they still don't meet the need, baby, I'm not saying you married the wrong person. I'm saying maybe you should have reevaluated that thing before you said yes. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you to leave your spouse. What I'm telling you is sit down and have a conversation. Have the difficult conversations. Ask them, why can't you do this? Why can't you give this? Why can't you? Because what's stopping you? Because maybe it could be something traumatic that happened to them as a child as to why they don't want to do this. Or maybe it's something happened to them in a last relationship that caused them not to want to do this. Because some people don't like to do certain things in the bed because of something that may have happened to them. And I'm being honest. Have the difficult conversations. Tell people where you're hurting at and where you're growing at and where you're still struggling at. Because if you open and you communicate to me what's going on with you, then I can help you. But if you shut me out and don't tell me anything, how do I help? How do I step in? How do I assist? How do we get from this level to this level? Because I can't stay at this level. I can't stay here. I can't stay here. And I feel like the lack of communication allows people to do whatever they want to do. You're not going to be with me and do whatever you want to do.
Let me know so we can grow.
Let me know. I saw this video, and we're almost done, y'all. I saw this video, and the father was giving the daughter to her to the groom, and about to get married. And he said this, and I kid you not, I'm going to say this to every person that ever come in contact with my kids. If you decide you do not want them, before you hurt them, before you harm them, give them back to me and let me take care of them, because I would rather you give them back to me than you to drag them through the dirt, drag them through the drama, and create more of a traumatic situation.
I'm left to deal with it, all of it.
Don't do that to my baby. Give them back. Give them back. Please give them back.
Some of them don't know how to do that.
And some people don't know how to do that. Before you take somebody's son and daughter and drag them and cheat on them and hurt them, and even though you're saying they're good people, if they're that good, let them go. Let them be free so you can go do what you want to do, because clearly what you want they can't give you. Clearly what you're desiring, what you are after, they can't give you. So instead of putting yourself in a situation where you have to cheat and you have to be like, or you just can't keep it in your pants. Because what are you out there looking for? Because some people are not looking for companionship. Some people are not out there looking for the things that they need. They just want to have sex.
NUT.
Sex is such a good thing, and sex is such a
bad thing.
Come on now.
It's like a catch-22.
It really is.
So
it really is.
Like, it feels so good, but sometimes it just be so bad for you.
It's not.
Especially the person you're sleeping with.
That's why you're supposed to sleep with your spouse. That's why. Because if I'm sleeping with my spouse, it doesn't complicate things. Right. If I'm sleeping with just this person, I ain't got to worry about a disease. I ain't got to worry about a baby. Because if I get pregnant, we're married. We can have this baby. Why complicate things by going out of... And then goes back to my other question. If you're going to cheat, not telling you to cheat, please stop cheating. But why not use protection?
Or just don't get married.
Like, don't bring me back a STD. Because you burn me and you're going to burn this whole relationship. Because you're not about to burn me and keep getting this. It's a no. It's a no. Because you should have watched yourself. Now I got to watch you and watch me. I'm not about to be watching two people. You a grown-ass person. Like, I'm not about to watch you. So you know it is what it is. And as we come to a close, Bess, do you have any last closing remarks that you want to talk about regarding to people in your inboxes, sex blinding the situation? What you got to say?
What I got to say is, don't be a sucker. Don't be out here letting people talk you into being in a relationship with them and belonging to them, and they belong to a whole other human. Yeah, stay strong out there, because your flesh gets weak, especially when you ain't being touched, when you're not even like, you're not being sexual or being affectionate with a person. Mm-hmm. It's kind of easy for a person to give you that little attention and you would kind of run with it. I know sometimes I might get caught up like that, like, oh, hey.
That's when we got on the conversation of spinning the block, remember?
Right.
Because it's like, it feels good to get that attention.
It does.
So this is what I got to say in closing, y'all. I'm going to tell you right now, you need to pick a side. Pick a side. Either you're going to be single or you're going to be married. But you don't get to be married and mingle. You can be single and mingle and figure it out and find your way. And even then, you want to be very proactive about what you're doing, but be very mindful about what you're doing too, because you don't want to get mixed up with the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get caught up. A lot of people having babies by people they wish they never had babies by.
Wish they never had sex with.
But that's why you have to be mindful of what you do and use protection. Cover yourself. You don't have to have sex with every person that you're dating. You don't have to have sex with every person that you're talking to. And if all you want is sex, wrap it up. Right. So that you don't have to have babies accidentally. And you don't have to have diseases and STDs accidentally. Cover yourself. It is sad because a lot of times we can catch stuff from people we are in a committed relationship with. We can catch stuff from people that we've committed our life to and married, and it sucks. And I'm so sorry for that. You know what I'm saying? But you have to pick a side. I know that might sound like, no, I have the freedom. You have the freedom to choose, but you need to pick a side. You have the freedom to choose, but you need to pick a side.
Because at the end of the day, you decide.
You either going to be single and mingle, or you're going to be married until you buried. Figure it out. Because for me and my husband, it's death do us part.
Married till we buried.
Married till we buried. Do you hear me? And I mean that. Because I feel like when you don't choose
that's a good logo on a shirt.
Married till you buried. That's my. Remember, Sharon said it first. But I feel like that we become so okay with being selfish and inconsiderate, and we don't realize how much we are hurting not just other people, but what we're doing to ourselves. We're damaging ourselves, and we're getting our hopes up, and then we become happy and sad, and it's just
or numb to
right.
You know?
Because I feel like you can't do both. You can't be selfish and considerate. How, Sway? How? You need to pick a side.
But some people know how to do both.
You need to stop. That's two-faced.
They know how to do it very well.
It's damaging. It's damaging because that means you don't know who you are. Because if you knew who you were, even men, and what I love, let me tell you,
I'm doing all the stuff.
Right. This is my last point, and we're really gonna be gone. One thing I always valued about my pastor, because when he would talk about stuff, he would always say how, it's crazy how we teach women to value your body and value who you're with and value, but we don't teach the boys that. And you should. And he said, as a man, it matters who I'm with. It matters who I sleep with. I'm not going to just sleep with anybody. And I understand that you young boys and you young men just want to get it in. But understand this. That follows you. We so quick to call women hoes and thoughts and that, but we got a lot of men out here that are absolutely hoes, slut buckets, and thoughts. And it makes no sense that y'all can't get it together. Get it together.
Be wore out.
Yes. Y'all just want to do anything with that thing. What Monica say on Love and Basketball? You stick your thing in anything. Stop it. Stop it. It's disgusting and it's nasty. And we as men and women need to teach our kids as growing up to have self-respect. Be mindful of what you do, and don't just be out there having sex and fooling around.
Your body.
Yes. Value it.
Take care of it.
Because why not? I'm not going to teach my boys, oh, yeah, you could just... Because a lot of women be like, well, just wrap it up. No.
But when you share yourself with people, it's like you're sharing your soul with them. Y'all exchanging. Soul ties.
That's where the soul ties come in. Because your spirit coming to me, my spirit coming to you. And I don't want everybody's spirit. That's why y'all be tripping, because y'all keep having sex with all these people. And then you're carrying their spirit.
Right.
And you carry that spirit and then you take that spirit home with you. Now you irate and acting crazy and foolish and with your kids, and then you going home and being mean to your husband or your wife, because now you got this other spirit all up inside of you that was never in your home. Stop.
All up inside of you.
Stop.
All on your face. Stop. I mean,
on your face. I'm sorry.
Anyways.
But so I said all that to say is pick a side. Stay out of women DMs. Stay out of men DMs. If you know that this person is married, try to stay away. I know it's hard sometimes. I understand it.
It might be really hard.
It really is hard, because let me tell you why it can get hard. Because the presentation can be really, really good. You know what I'm saying? And the offer can be really, really dope, right? You're offering me this, and this. Just the time and attention. Because so many people lack time and attention and intimacy. And the moment it appears, I don't care what it looked like. I don't care what type of, the way it came, its shape, form, and fashion. You gonna take it.
because you want it. You're lacking.
And it's available.
And that which we lack, we gravitate to.
Right.
I don't want to gravitate to something that's not fully available to me.
Right.
That's not fully mine. Because we get stuck and we get complacent and we want what we really don't need.
Stop going after stuff that you really don't need. Stop it. Pick
And
a
stop
side.
entertaining stuff that you really don't need.
We have to grow up. We have to
'Cause
stop
y'all be out here
accepting
really
just
entertaining
anything.
the stuff too.
And that's the problem.
Y'all be feeding into it and
That's the
reeling
problem.
them in and then throwing it back out and then reeling them back. Everybody play their role.
They do.
Everybody play their role.
Two best. Everybody play their role.
Everybody play their role.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We got some
And if
real
you-
actors and actresses out here, y'all.
And if you ever played your role, sometimes it's time to get out of character. It's time to come back to reality. It's time to have some self-control and self-respect and have some consideration for other people. If the situation is complicated, stay out of it because you're just going to make it more complicated.
Right.
Don't do that to yourself. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't get it yourself in a situation where you got to raise this kid yourself and all he doing is contributing money because he has a whole other family. Don't be like some people that y'all, once the funeral come, then you realize this man had 3 other whole families. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. And it's crazy. When everybody get up there and talk about their boyfriend, or their husband, or their man, how many people was he married to? Don't do it, y'all. Pick a side. Pick a side. Pick a side. Anywho, we
Pick
just
a
want
side
to
and stay there.
and stay there.
Don't pick the side and then decide that you don't want to be on that side and then hippity hoppity to the next side.
Figure
Pick
it
a side
out.
and stay there.
Figure it out. And don't be so in a rush to do what everybody else is doing.
Take
Go
your
at your
time,
own pace.
right.
Figure it out for yourself. Because when you figure it out for yourself, then everything will fall into place like it's supposed to be. But when you're trying to rush into something and you won't, that's probably not it's not your time. And it's not your turn.
And when you figure it out yourself, you can't blame nobody else for what you figured out.
But you.
Because you made that
Woo!
decision.
Say it louder for the people in the back, please.
And when you figure it out for yourself, you cannot blame anybody for your decision that you made because you decided that. So pick a side and stay there.
So the blame's on you. The blame is on you. Pick a side and stay there. So that if you decide you want to do whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do it with whoever you want to do it, pick that side. If you feel like you want to be committed, you want to have a family, you want to have, build a home, you want to build a dynasty, you want to build a kingdom with these people, do that. But then don't decide that person got to change because you decide you want something different. That's not fair. We got to be better. We got to be better. And remember, the reason why we talk about these things is because we want everybody to grow. We want everybody to be better. We want everybody to heal. This is what we came here to do. You already know. Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in to the All In No Limits podcast.
Yes.
Where you're going to always find me, your girl, your sister, your best friend, your auntie, your cousin, whatever you need me to be. I'm your number one pusher. I am your hype man. Do you understand?
Type woman.
Hype one man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to put your notifications on, ring that bell, so you'll always know when we're tuning in or when we're uploading new things. Thank you guys so
Click
much
the
for
links.
coming back. Thank you guys for so much for commenting. I appreciate every last one of you guys. And if I haven't got back to you on the comments, trust me, I am going to make time this week to do so.
She definitely will.
I
Comment
will.
Back every single one of you beautiful people.
Yeah, I woke up
Okay.
at 2 o'clock in the morning and I saw that I had comments and I set up and I responded to every single comment. Then I went back to sleep because I had to get up for work. I'm telling you, I'm committed to this thing. I'm committed. Okay? Well, thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, your girl, Sharon Yvonne. I love you guys so much and I see you next time.